Anytime you're going to be gigging, it's important that your gear work the way you need it to work for that gig. So to help you with that, I'm going to take you through how to set up and use a MIDI controller with bias head, and I'm going to show you why the glitchless effects loop is such a big deal with bias head. It truly is a unique feature, and it really does enable some really cool things when you're trying to switch patches quickly. So on the floor, I have my venerable Rocktron MIDI Mate. This thing has seen more beer than it should and still works, which is great. But any MIDI controller that will send program change messages and CC messages will work with bias head. So I have a Ground Control Pro by Voodoo Labs that works great. If you're a Helix user or an HXFX user or a Pod HD 500 user or an AxeFX user, Rocktron makes a MIDI controller called a MIDI Exchange. It's $120 that works great. So anything that will send PC and CC messages will work great. Now, once it's connected to bias head, I've got the software here so I can show you how that stuff works. So it's a little easier to find now in Bias Amp 2 Mobile. There is a little MIDI icon on the bottom right-hand side, and if you click that, you can see a field for PC messages and a field for CC messages. Program change messages are designed to change out the whole amp. A CC message is designed to continuously vary one parameter at a time or multiple parameters. So if you wanted to be able to turn up the drive with a pedal, you could do that. Or if you wanted to be able to turn off the reverb, you could do that as well. So that would be in the CC messages, and the PC messages are here. You can see that program change messages are a little skitty-wampus. That's because I've been doing a bunch of beta testing with my head lately, so they're sort of all over the place. But if you wanted to change any of these assignments, you just click it and change it. So if you want metal 1 to be some other sort of like designation, you say, metal 1, do me a favor, dude, make that 27. And there you go. Great. Awesome. For the CC messages, I'm going to show you here, I've got the reverb at its default setting, that's CC20. And if you look on my controller here, if I just hit this pedal here that's assigned to CC20, it's going to turn on and off the reverb. You can see there in the lower left-hand side, it's turning on and off the reverb as I tap the pedal. So it's super cool and super easy to use. So now that I'm hooked up and connected, I can start changing patches. And you notice that the patch changes are really fast. There's some stuff going on under the hood to make sure that they're zippy. Now check this out. I'm going to turn on some delay and reverb in my loop from some pedals I've got off camera here a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how cool this glitchless effects loop is. So I've got this crazy big wet sound. Now normally, when you change patches on a digital device, and you change the amp or you change whatever the main patch is, it has to recalculate the DSP, which means that it stops any signal flowing through the processor. And that means normally what would happen, and most other digital devices, is that the effects loop would mute when you change patches. However, I'm going to show you that bias head does not do this, and it's actually really cool because it allows me to play a clean tone and then a dirty tone and a clean tone without changing any of the delay repeats. So I don't have any spillover issues at all with all the stuff that's in the loop. There's not other stuff that can do that. That's cool. I've just went back and forth between all these different sounds and didn't have to stop. So for more information about bias head, make sure you go up to positivegrid.com. Once you've learned everything you need to learn about it, hit the dealer locator, find a dealer near you with one in stock, and go into a store and find one and play it. Remember that Bias Amp 2 Mobile is now free to download, and once you connect bias head to the software, it unlocks the full potential of it. So you can download the freemium version, walk into a store, and play with the head with all the great component emulation technology stuff to your heart's desire, which is awesome. So thank you guys very much for your time. I will see you again next time. Cheers.